This is the February Solicits for DC Comics. We know that the first batch of Vertigo books are going to be in here. In fact, I think that's what's kicking this Solicits off, by the looks of it. So, look for that. I haven't looked ahead, though. I don't know what's in here, but we'll find out. It'll be a journey of discovery. So, first up, we have Nice House by the Sea, issue 7. So this is just returning, of course, from its mid-book break, which, we expected.
And now it has the Vertigo banner on the side.
I don't think we expected it to come back with a wave of Vertigo relaunch books, We just expected, it'll still be Black Label, and that's just all it is now. But no, there you go. So obviously we're excited for that, because that book's very good. One of the first Vertigo books we've got here is Bleeding Hearts, issue 1 by Dennis Camp, and art by Stepan Morain, I might guess. Obviously, Camp has been doing Absolute Martian Manhunter, and that has been phenomenal. So this gets an instant checkout kind of pass, I think. And it's it's definitely looks like going for a light-hearted zombie kind of vibe based on the cover. Maybe I should read the descriptions of these new number ones. The zombies won, and 10 years after the fall of humanity, they're the dominant form of life, or not life, on Earth. They've developed their own cultural practices, their own language, their own society. Mouse pokes golf balls through hole in head, poke for short, is a beloved member of his community. So that's the guy's name. Very good. And with his brother-in-arm, Mush, he's happy to shamble along through the only world he can remember until the day his heart mysteriously starts beating again, and in a blink, the first humans he sees have stopped looking like food and start looking like friends. So this is going for like a... It's almost
like a reverse zombie.
Well, yeah, but it's almost like a Planet of the Apes style thing, where the apes have taken over, but now an ape's starting to turn into a human and now sees the other humans as relatable. Not that happens in Planet of the Apes, but I'm just in the sense that there's this new society that's completely formed where they're kind of intelligent. So yeah, you get the sort of thing that it's going for. So it's neat. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's that, and then next up we have End of Life issue 1, written by Kyle Starks and art by Steve Pugh. Immediate thoughts? No.
No, this is the action-y kind of one. I remember when they got announced.
Yeah, I mean the cover is very kind of action movie poster. Dude's got sunglasses and whatnot. I'm
trying to blank on his name, but he did the Human Target art. Smallwood.
Yeah.
It's very Smallwood-esque on this cover.
Yeah, Gerald Perel apparently is the cover artist according to the solicit here. Professional hitman Eddie Stallion has messed up. He's accidentally robbed the Raven, a high-ranking boss of the international cabal of assassins of the Menagerie, of which Eddie is a member, or he was. There's a lot of ellipses in these descriptions.
Yes.
Now, with a price on his head, Eddie chooses to hide on the one place everyone knows he'd never go, the small Midwestern town of Pluto, home of his estranged father and known hard-ass George Stallion. Looking for a safe harbor, Eddie instead finds his resentful father dying of cancer, old friends looking to collect that bounty, menagerie assassins who have wandered into town, a cancelled newspaper comic strip creator turned into local crime lord, and oh yeah, his childhood first love too. So his assassin goes back to town, small town America, basically, and bubble up till action.
It's like Doc Hollywood meets John Wick.
I've never seen Doc Hollywood, so I don't get that reference.
Yeah. Have you seen Cars?
No.
Okay. Well, then they're over too, because they're basically the same movie, just with anthropomorphic cars in the Pixar one.
Instead of a doctor, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yep.
I'll take your word for it. Very good. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that one, to be honest. I mean, the cover's cool, so I mean, I'm down to try it, but...
It almost seems like a criminal book, like Brubaker and I'm not good with names today, but that team Phillips, yeah. It almost seems like one of the criminal stories. So I'm definitely there for that one.
All right, next up we got The Peril of the Brutal Dark, an Ezra Kane mystery. So this is the Chris Condon written book with Jacob Phillips on art. So Chris Condon's doing this Green Arrow run that's currently going. So that's a point in its favor for wanting to check this out for sure. Here's the description. New York City, 1941. Ezra Kane is a private investigator with a reputation for taking it on the chin if it means solving a case. But his former life as an archaeology student that makes him the only man to track down an artifact that's gone missing from the Museum of Natural History. An ancient anvil said to hold the power of the Greek god Hephaestus. Did I say that right?
Hephaestus.
Yep. If someone could harness that power, they could bend nations to... I almost said notions. They could bend nations to their will. Science fiction quickly becomes Kane's reality when a shadowy sect calling themselves the Brutal Dark appears in the city, wielding resources that defy human logic. Now, Ezra is the only thing that stands between them and their plot to overthrow America. I have to imagine this sounds like your thing.
If I don't like this, I'll pay you $5.
Oh, that's up it. That's make us a big bet.
Yeah, if I don't like it, I'll give you $15.
As soon as they said he's tracking down an artifact from the Natural History Museum, I'm like, oh god, this is Matt's. This is like noir meets Indiana Jones. There's no way he's not going to love this.
Yeah, and speaking of Phillips, it's Jacob Phillips, who's Sean Phillips' son.
Oh, really?
He's an artist in his own right. Yeah, very similar style. But yeah, reteaming with Chris Condon, who they had a I want to say it was a Western book called it's right here, That Texas Blood and the Enfield Gang Massacre. So yeah, I will pay Pete $15 if I don't like this.
I'm hoping it sucks. I want my money. But yeah, no, I mean, obviously, yeah, that looks good. The cover's cool as well. 1941. It does also make me wonder if this means they're planning on, like, a second book that's also an Ezra Kane mystery, and they can keep saying an Ezra Kane mystery is kind of the through line. But hey,
it gives it that pulp novel kind of vibe with there on there.
Sure.
Cool.
So that's your Vertigo section out of the way. So into the rest of the mainline DC stuff. DC KO issue 4. And there seems to be some absolute characters on the cover to this one. So we're clearly teasing some shenanigans here. It says they're going to be put up to the absolute test. So no bonus points for guessing what that means. But cool. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, we've still only had one issue of KO. It's weird to think about. I feel like we're still lingering, waiting for the second one. Then we have DC KO Boss Battle issue 1. This is Jeremy Adams and Joshua Williamson with art by Carmen DiGiandomenico and Ronan Cliquette. So is this a one shot?
This is that tie-in book where we're gonna get the people from outside of the DCU.
Oh, I see. Homelander. And, is that Sub-Zero?
Yeah, it looks like Sub-Zero. Annabelle's there in what looks like Red Sonja.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is the weird one.
This is the weird one. I guess there's a morbid curiosity, if nothing else. I guess that's all I can say about that. DC KO Night Fight issue 4. Burn It With Fire. I don't want to. Anyway. That's Night Fight issue 4. Then we have Superman issue 35, which is a tie-in to KO.
Yeah.
So you got Williamson here with Eddie Barrows on the art, and Barrows is good. I'm not mad at him being on Superman. So that is cool. A couple of nice covers, but it looks of it there as well. We got Justice League Unlimited issue 16, which seems to still be doing the current arc just based on the cover and having read this week's issue already. But we got Mr. Terrific stuff happening. But Dan Mora on the art for this one. Just noting that, just in case there's a lot more Dan Mora, because sometimes there is. The Flash issue 30. Still Cantwell and Mark Waid writing this together, so that's cool. We got Titans issue 32, which, more KO tie-in stuff. Still John Layman and Pete Woods continuing their stuff. Then, interestingly, we have Sirens Love Hearts issue 1, which is a $6 book with Tina Hubbard writing and Babs Tarr on the art. This is Harley, Ivy, Catwoman, and Black Canary having a team up of sorts. I think we already knew about this because I feel like Black Canary being on this team was something we already heard because I remember talking about that. So, yeah, there you go. So yeah, I think they announced this.
I don't remember it being Babs Tarr on the art though. So that's interesting.
I think we just didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Is my guess at the time. Because remember, they had a bunch of titles and they had some descriptions, but some were just a title. Some had a title and maybe a writer. And there was also like a list of writers, but they didn't tell us which books they were on. Remember? There was like a lot of weirdness with how they announced all this next level stuff.
Because we were trying to partner them together, which made the most sense.
Yeah. I don't know if this one counts as next level, actually, because this is I think technically March is when the first next level books start. I think this is just another book. Gotcha. But yeah, regardless, it's there if you want it. I can't say I'm jumping at the chance of a Teeny Howard book, if I'm honest, but you know, that's what it is. Absolute Batman issue 17. Absolute Poison Ivy's in this one, so I'm sure Matt's excited and
very excited.
Probably is going to have at least
cover missing. So I wonder what's going on there.
Well, often they'll say cover redacted if it's an intentional thing. This makes it sound like the regular cover's just not been done yet to me.
That makes sense.
But who knows? Who knows? Yes, I'm sure Absolute Poison Ivy will give Matt at least a couple of new kinks that he didn't know he had before, if I was to guess.
More than likely.
Yeah. She'll be wearing some kind of, I don't know, weird thing. You'll be, all of a sudden Matt's Googling this outfit. Very good.
If I need to take a break, you guys will know why.
I didn't mean during the show. Hold your load till after, Matt, please. Some professionalism.
Oh, no way.
We got Absolute Wonder Woman issue 17. So that's cool. Looks like we're getting some Giganta based on the cover here, I would guess. Also kind of digging the way they've integrated the logo into the cover on that main cover. I think it's kind of cool. So that's nice. Sherman on art for that one still, so that's cool. We get the Absolute Wonder Woman Annual 2026 issue 1. So this is not a fifth week. I mean, February never has a fifth week because it's too short to have a fifth week. But they're doing an annual, so we're getting a second Kelly Thompson Absolute Wonder Woman issue, so that's cool. Art on this is Matea de Lulis. Experienced briefly becoming Medusa in order to save Gateway City, changed Diana, not Danana. It haunts her, and she has never stopped seeking an answer from the gods. Her pleas to Athena have gone unanswered until now. If she wants justice, the mission is deadly and uncertain. It's worth the risk just to set one injustice. So I think what's interesting about this is that obviously it's still Kelly Thompson, it's still part of the run, but it seems very one-shotty in terms of it's not going to, it's not the next part of the arc. It's just kind of
right.
So, but the fact that it's Thompson though means it's probably absolutely worth reading for if you're enjoying the book. So, I mean, we'd probably do it anyway, no matter who it was, unless it was like Scott Abdel or someone like that. In which case, it would be like Run for the Hills.
But that name's irrelevant in 2025. So let's not speak it back into existence.
Except in my restless dreams where I still see that face.
Only time I ever stopped reading Superman, guys.
You've had some other bad runs that you've suffered through, that's saying something.
But I kept going. Not that one I tapped out.
Yeah. Absolute Superman issue 16. This is apparently a crucial follow-up to Absolute Evil issue 1, and that was a great one-shot teasing where we're going in the universe. So I am actually very pleased to be to picking up some of those threads in the near future. So excited for that. I am, and that looks like Hawkman of sorts on the cover. Yep. So if you read that one-shot, you'll know why that's exciting. So we'll get into that when the time comes. One for Aya on the art is also kind of awesome. Actually, I mean, look, Sandoval's been great, but Fariah's even better. So, like, I'm down for some Fariah issues. Absolute Superman.
Also, if you read that book, if you read the Absolute Evil, Fariah being associated with a certain character and then coming to this one with Hawkman is darkly funny. So,
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Absolute Martian Manhunter issue 9. Obviously, we're excited to have this back. No, this is the first one back, but we haven't had it back yet in terms of actually getting issues, so I'm still excited to see it in the solicits. But yeah, so buzzing for that. Absolute Flash 12 is here as well. Yeah, not much to say, although I'm looking at this cover and I'm like, what character is this an absolute version of? I'm not entirely sure, but maybe it's new.
What is that?
It's wait, I mean, those horns are almost like a literal version of the Flash horns. Is this meant to be like monstrous absolute or reverse Flash, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, there is lightning coming out of that hole in the torso. So
what a sense. What a sense.
Also, it kind of looks like one of the aliens that we saw in the book, in that flashback issue. So
very interesting, actually.
Yes.
Very interesting. Intrigued, I will say, intrigued. So that is Absolute Flash 12, and there's Absolute Green Lantern issue 11, and obviously we've been digging that. That looks like a certain Tomar Ray on the cover, so I'm curious about that as well. So actually, maybe it isn't. I'm not seeing a beak, but the defending the head definitely looked Tomar Ray, but it just yeah.
I accidentally clicked out of the solicits, and I'm trying to get my way back in.
That's okay. We'll move on.
So
yeah, out of the Absolute side of things, we're on to Batman issue 6, which, you know, Jorge Jimenez still in the art. Cover looks neat. Obviously looking forward to that. Nightwing 135 up next. Nectar Story still in the art and still continuing the run. I mean, it does tease at the end of this solicit. Don't miss the issue that changes Bloodhaven forever. So it sounds like coming out of this arc, maybe there'll be some big stuff happening. So that's kind of cool. See what Waters has got up his sleeve. Then we got Batman and Robin issue 30, which still has Fico Ozzy on art. So that's cool. Yep, we're still doing Quiet Man stuff here, so that's still ticking along nicely. We have Batgirl issue 16, The War of Shadows Must End. So yeah, still capping off the arc that we've just kind of started the arc, to be fair. So that makes sense. And then we got Batman Superman World's Finest issue 48. Marcus Toe's on the art for that. Dan Mora didn't have time for 4 books this month, apparently, so he's
slacker.
Yeah, Marcus Toe's doing the art on this issue, so that's fine. We got Catwoman issue 84. Which I like the cover on this one. I mean, it's not like perfect, but I kind of like how that the suit looks like it actually has material as opposed to just being like, it's skin tight, but it's skin tight in a more realistic way as opposed to just her skin's been painted the color of the suit kind of thing.
Yeah, it looks like an actual like leather bodysuit. Yeah,
there's ripples and things, and I appreciate that. It's a good bit of detail. Anyway, Poison Ivy 41.
Oh, locked up.
Yes. Honestly, at this point, they're probably need 2 omnibuses to do G. Willow Wilson's run of Poison Ivy. Yeah. It's getting up there in numbers now.
It's going.
We got Harley Quinn 59. So that's ticking along. Detective Comics 1106. I gotta say, I love the mask on that cover. Obviously, we know the story reasons why he's wearing a breather mask as well as his cowl, but it's basically like a Sub-Zero style ninja mask on the bottom half of his face, and it does look kind of cool. Especially with that cracked eye where you can see his eye like, coming through the mask. It's really neat. So I'm into it. There we go. Action Comics 1095. Speaking of good, interesting covers, this is basically, you know, the pin board with the red strings for the connecting the dots, but the red string makes the Superman logo. It's a really nice, simple idea for a cover, but it's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so that's neat. Superman Unlimited issue 10. Got Mike Norton on the art for this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Excited about the Prankster?
I mean, yeah, Prankster's one of those characters that I don't have a big opinion on, because I can't tell you of any big Prankster story that rings a bell, you know?
No, I feel like he's the sort of character that will always show up in the Superman TV shows. They'll always eventually get to an episode where they'll do a prankster episode just because it's an easy thing to do an episode about it. But I don't know if anyone has like a strong, connection to him. Yeah. Next up, we got Superman Chains of Love Special issue 1. This is Dan Slott and Leah Williams. I assume it's a 48-page book, so I assume that's like a main story and a backup. But yeah. Step aside, Daily Planet. A new news force is taking over Metropolis by storm when the former felon Livewire is released from prison. An unholy alliance and frankly wholesome romance with the Creeper is forged in the fires of a supervillain battle. Oh yeah, Creeper was in was it issue 1 or 2 of Superman Unlimited, so I guess this is Dan Slott continuing some of that stuff. So this is slightly connected to Superman Unlimited. But yeah, interesting one shot, I guess.
and the fact that it's going to be out in February in time for Valentine's Day. I really do like that he's partnering the Creeper with Livewire.
Yeah, but this isn't their 100-page anthology Valentine's special. I think that was solicited for January. Yeah. This is something that, I mean, I don't know if it'll be important in the continuity going forward, but it at least seems like it's like, hey, this is something that's happening in the current Superman mythology. Whether it's that important later on, I don't know. Maybe this new news enterprise will be referenced in future issues of Unlimited, so, Yeah. But, hey, cool. We'll give it a try. Supergirl issue 10. It's a Valentine's issue of Supergirl, so Joe Quinones on the art for that one. We got Adventures of Superman, The Book of L, issue 6. I quite like that cover, actually.
Yeah?
Which is black and white, except the Superman logo in the back, which is red.
It's red, yeah. I like the way that it looks.
Yeah. Pretty neat.
It's a cool dynamic.
And we got Wonder Woman issue 30, which has a fill-in writer, seemingly.
Yeah, it looks like it's Stephanie Williams.
So the second part of a 2-part tale, so I guess this was also last time as well. So presumably it's back to King and Sampier with issue 31.
Yes.
Because I feel like I'd have heard them talking about the fact that their run's ending if it was ending at 29.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. We'll give that a try. Spokes on art. He did the
Jenny.
I remember Jenny Sparks. That was it. I was trying to remember her last name. Jenny Sparks. He did that book. We got GSA issue 16. Still doing year 1. We'll be checking out the first issue of year 1 next week. That's like one of the few things from week 1 we're still to do. Aquaman 14 is a thing.
There's that Omega symbol again.
Yeah.
I bet you it means nothing.
They're teasing it. They keep teasing it. New History of the DC Universe, the Dakota Incident, issue 1.
Oh, wow.
What is this? Span out of the pages of the New History of DC Universe, uncover an untold moment in DC history where a murder leads to an all-out war between the heroes of Dakota City and the US government. All right, pause right there. Matt, if I had asked you to name all the fictional cities in DC, would you have ever got to Dakota City?
No, because it's a milestone first in
Is
my
that a milestone
head.
thing? Okay.
Yeah, that's where Static's from, right? And I know that because from watching the Static Shock.
Oh, he's on the cover,
cartoon.
So that makes sense.
Well, yeah, but I just remember Dakota being the city, right? And then it was the Big Bang is what gave Static his powers, and that was the inciting incident for a lot of the supervillains and whatever. That said, it wouldn't have been in the top 10, So yeah, very, very curious. The fact that they're listing it from the new history of the DC universe, right? So that means Mark Waid put it in there. Because we only checked out the first issue of that.
Well, you did that,
and now they're going back and filling in. So
yeah,
what's that?
I didn't read that at all. You must have looked at it.
Oh,
because I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an interesting idea to just go in and slot in like an important part of the continuity that you want to establish. And looking at the writer teams, I think. I mean, Morgan Hampton's doing the obviously Green Lantern Corps right now.
Corps, yeah.
But I feel like there's actually 4 writers on this book. Yeah. I'm not. It's definitely
40 pages. So
yeah, we've already brought
that's
up
a lot.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't sound like the sort of thing that'd have backups, though, right? Is it just 4 writers working together? It might be.
It might be.
Yeah, I don't know. But hey, interesting idea. Admittedly, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it sounds like a one shot from the title, but if this is like a 3-issue mini, it wouldn't be that surprising either.
Yeah.
You know, I could see that totally being a thing.
I don't know. That there seems like there's a lot of stuff in here. If you're gonna do a battle between Dakota City and the U.S. government, I figured you'd have more than 40 pages.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that it feels smart if if they're integrating like more of this milestone stuff into DC Universe proper, it makes sense to try and do something like this where you're trying to kind of establish how it's kind of fit in, previously in the timeline. I can kind of see the logic to this. So, yeah, interesting. I feel kind of like the thing is though is that they've had a couple of these little minis or whatever from like either Static Shock or they've had a couple of one shots about the milestone characters. And because I didn't really know who any of the characters were, I don't think we've really checked any of them out. I wonder if this would be a more fitting place to jump into it, because it's going to be more like how it fits into the DCU. Maybe this is a good place to check them out properly for the first time.
Good. Outside of Static, I'm not that familiar. Like I know Icon is kind of Milestone Superman, and then there's Hardware, who's kind of like an Iron Man like character, and they all seem to be on the cover here. So yeah, I wonder if this is meant to be like an introduction to the wider Milestone side of things. So,
yeah, I think the only, other than Static, the only reason why I know any of those names is because they've had like minis at some point in solicitations that I've seen and went, oh, that's the thing. I don't know what that is, and just sort of went about my day. But hey, so that's coming in February. Then we got Green Lantern 32, and the cover's implying something big happening. I won't say what it is, but it's implying something forward momentum. I don't know what to expect from the artist Osvaldo Pestana Montepeller, but I'm curious to find out. So we'll see how his art is when the time comes. Green Lantern Corps issue 13 is coming, and again an artist that I do not recognize. However, only one artist, which I appreciate after the shit show that was the last issue of Green Lantern Corps. But yeah, that's Juan Jose Rip. Bizarre. Funnily enough, the word in that name that I'm the least confident in is the last one, which doesn't sound like it should be the hardest, but I'm not entirely sure if it should. It's just RYP.
Well, yeah, traditionally in Spanish too, the Y takes the I sound, so Rip would be my guess.
Yeah.
As well. So you know.
I did my best, everyone. Next up, we got Batman Green Arrow: The Question Arcadia, issue 3 by Gabriel Hardman. We're looking forward to that starting. It should be interesting. The cover's gorgeous as well, so that's cool. And then this is wild. So David actually told me about this. So Batman Gargoyle of Gotham issue 4 is here, and I think I just assumed it ended with issue 3 because that was like way over a year ago. But apparently there was a final issue still to come that just kept getting pushed back or kept waiting. So here it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I to be fair, the first issue was pretty solid and was very unique. I just kind of forgot. But by the time issue 2 came out, because there was such a gap, I'd kind of forgotten what happened in it, so I didn't read issue 2. I am curious to check this out once it's a complete thing. Like I am genuinely interested in it. It just I just completely forgot what was going on in it. So yeah, there's also a noir edition of that as well. So
you were wondering who that artist is? Osvaldo Pestana Montpeller.
Yeah. There you go.
So I clicked on him and I'm like, oh, they worked on Green Arrow and wait, War Journal? It's Montos.
Oh, it's Montos?
That's his full name.
Oh, they've switched to his full name? Oh, that's funny.
Yes. Because I was like, wow, his art looks a lot like Montos. Okay, that's because it is Montos. So I was like, when did he do Green Arrow? I've been reading and then it clicked. And I was like, oh, this is Montos.
Oh, that's so funny. So, all right. Well, in that case, I do love his work. I'm happy. Yes. He's on Green Lantern. I love it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
Dear. Probably because he knew dumb people like us wouldn't be able to pronounce his whole name. That's my guess. Next up, we got Batman Static Beyond issue 3. So that's still ticking along. We got the Batman Second Night issue 3, so the final issue of that Black Label book. Excited for more of that soon. And then there's some facsimile editions and reprints and that kind of thing, which I will not go through. We'll just skip down to, well, not the collections quite yet. So I think there's some other books here. Yeah, Gotham Academy First Year issue 5 is solicited here, as is Court Children of the Round Table issue 6, and Teen Titans Go issue 12. So that wraps up the single issues. Out of the collections, we got Wonder Woman Historia, the Amazons Absolute Edition. So they're giving a nice big beefy hardcover version of that if you fancy it. We've got Supergirl's Family Vacation. This is one of the young adult graphic novels by Brandon T. Snyder and art by Sarah Louver. We have Galaxy Volume 2, As the World Falls Down, also a young adult graphic novel by Josiah Axelrod and Rai Hickman. And then we've got collections here: Superman Kryptonite Spectrum hardcover, which is all 5 issues of that. Solicited Batman Dark Patterns. This is all 12 issues and a big softcover.
Okay.
I do think that's deserving of a hardcover, though, if I'm being frank.
I do too.
Yeah, I smell a deluxe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get the trade of that. Yeah. I want that to look nice on my shelf.
Yeah,
you know, like give me a nice bound.
I think there'll be a deluxe in like a year or two. I wouldn't worry about it. Dark Knights of Steel All Winter trade paperback. That may have already had a hardcover, actually. I'm not sure. Birds of Prey Volume 4 On the Run, which is 20 to 28, which is the last chunk of it, because 28 is next month's final issue. So it's just the last part of Thompson's run. And then we got Batman Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age, collecting all of that. Makes sense. There's both a soft cover and a hardcover for that. See, that gets a hardcover, but Dark Patterns doesn't. That's a bit weird.
Come on. Yeah.
Justice League Unlimited Volume 2, the Omega Act trade and hardcover. Green Lantern Corps, the Starbreaker Supremacy trade paperback. I don't think you need to do the name/name when it's Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps. Just call it Green Lantern, the Starbreaker Supremacy. Green Lantern Corps is a Green Lantern book. You don't have to this isn't like Batman and Superman something. This would be like, it would be like if you had Batman and Detective Comics had a crossover and the trade paperback was Batman/Detective Comics thing. It's clunky.
Yeah. I wonder why they're doing that. Maybe it's a thing with the collections. So, Green Lantern Corps still gets credited. I don't know.
That's weird. I don't know. This reeks to me of the Long Halloween, the Last Halloween. That's what this is reeking to me of. Bunch of nonsense. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2 hardcover. Green Arrow Volume 5, Crimson Sands, which is 25 to 31, so the second of the half of Condon's run.
Yep.
So that's that. And then there's the Dark Knight Returns Compact Edition, which it might even be a reprint of that, because I feel like that's already had a compact edition. Then we got DC's Finest Dead Man, How Many Times Can a Guy Die?
Ooh.
Yeah. Seems to be a bit of a... you've got a chunk of Strange Adventures, a few issues of Aquaman, some scattered issues of Brave and the Bold, so it's a bit of a scatter shot of all of the, I guess, relevant Dead Man appearances for a time period. So, interesting. And then we got DC Universe Bronze Age Omnibus by Jack Kirby, new printing. It's 1,400 pages of Kirby materials. A big dark side on the cover, because of course there is. It's Kirby. So, yeah, fun with that. DC's Finest Justice League of America Starro the Conqueror trade. This has got 3 issues of Brave and the Bold and 19 issues of Justice League of America, which is the Silver Age Justice League of America. I mean, Gardner Fox is credited as a writer, so yeah, it must be.
And Carmine Infantino on pencils, so yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting because this is basically a collection of the Silver Age Justice League Omnibus, which I don't even know if that exists, but this is probably 2/3 of that omnibus in trade paperback form. So it's just a slightly different version of doing that. Presumably they'll do, the next batch with a different title, because I don't think Starro's all 19 of those issues. I think Star was like the villain at the start of the the Silver Age Justice League, but he's not 19 issues of them.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. DC's finest Western, The Hangman Never Loses. I have never ever heard of this. So
we got Hawk, Firehair, El Diablo, and more. So this is probably like the weird Western tales. Back in the day. Yeah, that's in there. 12 through 17. Tomahawk, DC Supergiant, All-Star Western. So
fair enough. Yeah. Batman by Neil Adams, Absolute Edition, Volume 1. So they're doing a new Absolute version of this run, which is, cool. But yeah, variety. It's always weird though to do like an artist collection for me, because like it's such a like issues missing because they didn't do everything kind of thing. But hey, if you really like Neil Adams' work, you can get a nice big version of it now. 100 Bullets Book 4 trade paperback reprint, so that's cool. Animal Man by Tom Veitch and Steve Dillon omnibus. So that's the run that was after Grant Morrison's. So yeah, I don't know if that's any good or not, but I mean, they're doing an omnibus. That said, though, they're also doing an omnibus of New 52 Catwoman, so that's not a guarantee of anything quality related.
True.
Batman Beyond Unlimited Compendium trade paperback. So yeah. 1,200 page trade paperback. That's spine is going to be halved.
That's too much, man.
Batman Sword of Azrael, the deluxe edition by Dennis O'Neil. Then we got Booster Gold, the complete 2007 series, book 3. I appreciate how easy it is to understand that, but I am shocked they called it the complete 2007 series and have that on the cover, because it doesn't sound like the sort of thing they would name it normally. It's actually so easy to understand what it is that I'm surprised they did it. Yeah,
I'm surprised they just didn't call it Booster Gold by Jurgens, because that's what it came to be right after Johns left. Jurgens took that book over.
And it's not like they're that concerned if they have to have a little bit of another writer at the start before the main writer took over. Yeah. They'll do that in collections for writers all the time, just so that it's complete. Very strange. Elseworlds Superman Omnibus, Volume 1, hardcover. So this is 1,200 pages of Elseworlds Superman stuff. Some random annual one-shots and things like that. Some more notable stories that are miniseries and things, but yeah, a lot of stuff.
I want to know why he's riding a tiger on the cover. Like, what story is this?
He seems to be a caveman version of Superman, would be my guess. So there's that. We have Legends Omnibus hardcover. This was an event in the late 80s, if I recall correctly. So this has got all the tie-ins, all the books that tied into it. I've read a couple of the issues that tied into this because they're part of Byrne's Superman run. But yeah, this was going on in those early days. So there's an issue of Batman in here, an issue of Detective. The main thing is Legends issue 1 through 6, but this has got all the tie-in issues of everything that was going on during that time.
The back part of it says that this was a sequel to Crisis. So
yeah, if I remember correctly, I want to say this is the one where like Gordon Godfrey's trying to like manipulate everyone on behalf of Darkseid. I want to say that's what the plot of this one is, but it's forgive me if I'm misremembering. So that's that. And then we got Legion of Superheroes 5 years later omnibus volume 2, new printing. You can have it if you want, Matt. I'll take no part of it. Omega Men by Tom King deluxe edition, new printing. So like the one miniseries by Tom King from DC that I've not read, funnily enough. Just because it predates like the show, I guess. Robin Bronze Age Omnibus hardcover new printing. This is such a scattershot of issues. Having said that, though, I'm not sure if I feel like these are probably mostly backups rather than the main issues, if I was to guess. Because I think the Supergirl like Silver Age or Bronze Age stuff is also kind of like that.
Oh boy, it says collecting dozens of stories in which Robin deals with bullying, motorcycle gangs, campus protests, and much more. So yeah, definitely feel like backups.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. Then we got the Flash Road to Rebirth Omnibus hardcover. So This is Flash 26 to 52. So, yeah, so this is basically everything after that first New 52 run by Buccellato and Manapul, right?
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, because 26 all the way up to 52. It's so funny to me, though, that they're calling it the Road to Rebirth, as if people who care about Rebirth might like this, and I'm like, I feel like most of this isn't that interesting to Rebirth.
You can just skip it.
Yeah.
I saw the Brett Booth art and I got jump scared. So, yeah.
I mean, I guess it's good for completion's sake, but I can't say I'm excited by the thoughts of Robert Venditti's Flash years. But hey, and that's it. That's the solicits for February. Although, as always, the collections are further ahead than that. I mean, that's for April, for example.